I'm just like putting it out there. Maybe Guinness needs to work with me to rebrand.
They need to rebrand Guinness. Yeah, they're having such a tough time getting the word out about the product. It's a shame.
Guys, we have another bonus episode for you. I am joined with my guest, Ryan McFadden from Henry Street Tap Room and Kindred.
This is what's on the table this month in Saratoga, March 2024.
Here we go. What you got? You brought me some booze?
I brought you a present.
Awesome.
There was a word in the street, you've never had a Guinness somehow?
I've never had Guinness.
You're an adult, right?
I am an adult, and I'm sure there's some Irish descent in my blood, so this is probably disappointing to my ancestors that I've never had Guinness.
Shameful.
Okay, so from what I gather, it's like you're one and done. It's not like something you can drink a lot of.
No, that's actually not true. So Guinness looks really heavy, and it is kind of like a thicker beer, but it's lower alcohol, and we recently put it on at Tap Room, and a lot of people like it because it's low alcohol, and you can drink a few of them and not be hammered.
Oh.
If you think like the image of Guinness is like, oh, it's this like huge, heavy beer that's like a ton of alcohol. It really isn't, so.
Yeah, like most like big Irish men drink Guinness.
Yeah, look, my grandparents are from Ireland. It's, they like to sit around. They don't like to have one beer, so you can have 6 or 7 Guinnesses and not be, on the floor.
So is it milky? Is it like heavy?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's smooth, I would call it.
Okay. Well, let's pour this thing.
Let's do it.
There's a particular way you need to pour it.
Yeah,
too,
so
right?
what you do is you put it in a quart container. This is the traditional way that it's usually done.
So can you do Guinness in a growler? Is that it doesn't
I mean, you
transfer
can,
well?
but the whole thing you want Guinness is like on tap, and it pours nice, and people make little artsy decorations on top if you can do that.
Okay, like coffee.
Yeah, kind of like a latte. So yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, this is exactly how they want you to pour it. This is definitely on brand for them.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like a lot of head.
Yeah, like a creamy head like that big is sort of what it looks like when you typically pour it. So
okay.
I can't believe this is your first Guinness.
I know.
That's messed up.
I don't know why. When I go out, I drink margaritas and White Russians. I'm real classy.
I mean, as classy as this?
As classy as
You don't just bring around a quart container full of Guinness when you go out?
I'm going to take the bigger one.
Yeah, why not?
Cheers.
Cheers.
You don't do this thing?
Sláinte for
Taylor
Irish
Swift
people.
did that one. Did you see her drinking on the Super Bowl?
Oh, Taylor Swift?
Oh, that's not what I thought it was going to taste like. It's very smooth. It's a little fraudulent.
It is a little fraudulent. It's true. It's like, because you think I mean, you look at it and you're like, I can't drink that. It's super heavy, but it's very deceiving.
Yeah, it's weird. That is really good.
Good, easy drinking, smooth, makes everybody happy.
It's nothing like it's advertised.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you go. Now, so what do you think? You like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not at all what I expected it to be.
It blew your mind.
It's a bit mind-blowing.
Your Irish relatives are now happy with you.
So I think they need help with marketing.
I think they're doing okay.
Or they're not. I'm not their person.
I don't think you're their target audience.
Okay,
no,
well.
I don't think 30-something-year-old mom is who they're going for.
Okay, but Stanley made quite a shift in their marketing, and it blew up their business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like putting it out there. Maybe Guinness needs to work with me to rebrand.
They need to rebrand Guinness. Yeah. They're having such a tough time getting the word out about the product. It's a shame.
What's on the table in Saratoga in March?
Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, now until the end of March, is Lake George's Winter's Dream. Did you bring the kids to that yet?
So I have not brought it to that. I know that they didn't do the ice castles this year because they were melting last year.
Good thing. Good thing. If they were melting last year, they would definitely be melting this year.
Yeah, so I guess they canceled that portion of it because they just couldn't take the risk, which was smart given the weather. But I've heard that their Winterfest in Lake George is really cool, but I did never made it up.
I did bring my kids to Winterfest.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
so
it was
better
awesome.
They loved it?
In this category.
What happened?
They loved it.
What goes on at Winterfest?
So it's in the fort at Fort William Henry.
All right.
And there's 4 corners to the fort.
Yeah.
And each corner is a different experience.
A different experience?
Yeah, there's music, there's lights, it's sensory.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's not what I would have thought, but okay.
Yeah, and you go at night. It's a night thing. Okay, next up, March 2nd is the 50th anniversary of the Saratoga Home and Lifestyle Show.
Wow. Saratoga Home and Lifestyle. What a day.
I am very excited about this. It's a free event at the City
I was thinking of the tour of the homes or whatever.
No, that's in the fall.
All right.
which we did.
Okay, that's not
awesome.
coming up. Yeah, everyone loves that. Sonia loves that.
So much fun. Yeah. This is at the City Center.
Okay.
And it's put on by the Rotary Club. It's a free community event, and it's like everyone gets a booth, and you just sort of like,
hop around and
hop around and see.
Okay.
They offer everything: garden and outdoor living, media and entertainment.
Ooh, versatile.
Yeah. Food and wellness, green living, decor and comfort, finances and security.
Wow.
Well, you have Belle. You don't need a security system.
No, my dog is very defensive of her home, despite the fact that she's a doodle and it's not tough at all. I mean, she's mostly hair. Have you ever seen her when she's wet? She's not actually. She looks like a giant dog. She's not. And she barks a lot, but she's not actually defending us against
She's all bark.
She's all bark.
On to the next thing. March 3rd, Homemade Theater's Peter Pan at the Spa Little Theater. This will be a kid-friendly event.
Peter Pan, classic story.
I brought Posey and who did I bring? Oh, I didn't bring Zia. I can't even remember what I did last week.
Zia's my girl.
I know. She's obsessed with you lately.
I love it.
What is that?
I don't know. It's
like,
great.
what happened?
She gave me a hug the other day. I was like, this is so sweet. So nice.
This was leaving Girl Scouts. She gave you a hug.
Yeah.
And it was Valentine's Day.
Right.
And so she had like this little glass heart that she got at pre-K. Anyway, what screwed it all up is when you came and picked Molly up. So we can't have that again. I'll just bring Molly home.
What screwed it all up?
Because Zia saw you, hugged you, had like a moment, and then you left. And then she remembered she had her heart that she wanted to give to you.
That's so nice. So sweet.
So
I love that
I don't know
kid.
if you noticed that you're so oblivious, but I came outside with her. We're standing across the street. I'm like, Ryan, stop your car so this kid can give you her freaking glass heart.
I was like, is she waving goodbye to me or does she want something? I wasn't sure.
I know there were a lot of cars.
I wouldn't
coming back
expect
and
she was
forth.
going to give me a gift.
There were a lot of cars coming back and forth, but I'm like waving, like slow down. And then I thought,
hi.
Wait. Then I thought you were. You did. You waved.
That's what you do when someone waves at you. You wave back. It's common manners.
I thought you were going to turn into the alley and stop, like so that we could walk up to the truck and she could give you this stupid glass heart.
Oh, I had no idea. Why'd you call me?
He took off. He like flew down the alley, and I'm like, holy shit. He misinterpreted what we were trying to do.
I thought you were waving goodbye. Have a great day, Ryan. I had no idea. If I had known Zia was going to give me a gift, I would have stopped. I would have loved it.
I know you would have, but you were distracted.
Oh,
Death to
amazing.
Ryan for causing this fiasco.
It's unbelievable. I would love to go on a date with Zia. I'll take her out. I'll buy her, we'll share some candy hearts.
Okay, what's next? On to the next thing, Ryan.
All right, what do we got next?
Did you bring anything to the table?
Yeah, well.
What's on the table?
Jeez, what isn't on the table?
March 6th through March 14th is the 2024 Saratoga County Restaurant Week.
Oh, yeah. Get ready. Buckle up.
Are you participating?
Yeah, we are going to participate. We haven't always participated, but we will participate this year. It's a good way for people to try new restaurants in town. It's so Taproom. Usually, people for Restaurant Week, I've found in the past they want to go to like a fancier restaurant because everybody has these like crazy deals, and like Taproom's not really a fancy restaurant, so like it's not you're gonna get like your cheeseburger discounted, and not that our food's not great. We make everything from scratch, but I think people are trying to be fancier on those days typically.
Yeah, they want to take advantage.
Yeah, they want to take advantage. So like they go to like 15 Church and places like that that they wouldn't usually go to. But we're gonna do it definitely. We're gonna do it for Kindred this year, which I think will be good. Yeah, so that's coming up. That usually brings people out, which is fun. It's a big week.
So you get a 3-course dinner for $25, $35, or $45 plus tax and tip. So it's a good deal.
It's always a very good deal. That's for sure.
Okay. Wait, we didn't talk about this.
What?
Since the last time you were on, you are reigning champion of Chowderfest.
Oh yeah, baby. We won 3 years in a row. So Chef Andy, shout out to Andy Palmisano, won at Kindred, which was awesome because it was a mushroom soup. See, that's
good?
See, some people don't like mushrooms. That was the risk. But I love mushrooms. It's like my favorite food. But they are polarizing. So we were like, it was vegetarian. Usually people want like a meaty, creamy thing, and we're like, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. But it was so good that we won anyway, which was amazing. Even people that didn't like mushrooms were like, actually that was really good. So no, we were super pumped about that. So Andy's the salt in the soup. So the week before that, we were in the chili bowl, which I think we talked about on the last podcast.
Yep.
And we won that also. So 2 weeks in a row, we won 2 different events, the Chili Bowl and then Chowderfest the week after, which is a lot of soup. I think Andy made maybe like over 100 gallons of chowder and chili combined. So it was a lot of work, but it was awesome. We won the Chili Fest by, I think, 3 votes or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it really came down to it. It was really close.
Between you and who?
It was us and Rhea, which are right next door to us. We were like pulling them out, counting, and we're like, oh shit, this is going to be close. But yeah, we won. It's awesome.
March 8th.
March 8th, that's coming in hot.
Friday, March 8th at 7:30.
It's Fleetwood Mac. The Fleetwood Mac tribute band, baby. I'll go to that. That sounds amazing, actually. Little Stevie Nicks tribute band. I mean, a lot to live up to if you're a tribute band for that.
And speaking of, Stevie Nicks is actually coming to the Capital Region in June.
I know. That's awesome.
The real deal.
The real deal. I didn't even know she was still touring or still out there, so that's really cool.
How old is Stevie Nicks?
She's 75? Oh, my God.
When you have someone that is talented, that is iconic,
sure,
and they're passionate about their craft, they're never going to stop.
No, I guess why would you? If people are showing up and you're having fun and, so she's a gajillionaire or whatever. She's sitting at home. If she can do a tour and people will show up, I'm sure, why wouldn't she? What else is she doing? Watching Blue Bloods, hanging out? I mean, she's old enough for that.
Stevie Nicks, is that what she's watching?
I mean, I've never been to her house, but my guess is that she's a big Selleck fan, I would think.
I'm a big Selleck fan. I think he's hot. I like the...
Is it the mustache?
I don't know. I just like...
Does he
he's
still
so
have a
manly.
mustache?
Yeah, he must always have a mustache.
I feel like even if he doesn't, he's got one in my head. Fleetwood Mac is great. Obviously, they have a million hit songs.
At UPH?
UPH is awesome.
Yeah, tell us some more.
So Terry Foster told me it showed us right before the pandemic. They were just getting restarted. They redid the whole place. It's absolutely gorgeous in there. And then the pandemic happened and, they didn't really get to launch the way that they wanted to. But they just had a bluegrass band there last week and I missed it. But someone was telling me that it was like one of the best experiences they've had seeing live music in a long time. I guess the acoustics in there, I think it's only 500 people that it holds. Mm-hmm. And it's like beautiful stained glass windows and really cool. The stage is right in the middle. So it's kind of like you're surrounding it. And I guess the acoustics were so good that the band, who it escapes me right now, but they told the audience, they're like, listen, if you guys can be quiet, the acoustics in here are so perfect. We've never played at a venue like this. We're going to unplug everything and play 2 songs. But you guys have to be super quiet for it. So I was talking to someone who was there and he was like, you could hear a pin drop. And he was like, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And they just it sounded awesome. Everybody like wanted to like sing and dance and they had to just like be super quiet because they didn't want to ruin it for everybody else. But yeah. I'm dying to get there to see a show.
I'm really excited. Well, I mean, the main event is St. Patrick's Day.
It sure is.
And
here we go for your relatives.
The last main St. Patrick's Day that I can remember was before kids, and they blocked off Caroline Street, like Upper Caroline Street. Yeah. And there was a band right outside of City Tavern.
Okay.
And we were actually mug clubbers at City Tavern like way back in the day.
How dare you.
Before Taproom even existed.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Does Saratoga block off Caroline Street for St. Patrick's Day is what I need to know. More importantly, will they block off Henry Street?
So here's the thing. So St. Patrick's Day, I think it depends what day it falls. My guess is they would close off Caroline Street. I doubt they're going to close off Henry Street. They don't typically anyway. Even though the Parting Glass across the street, that's their big banner day. It's an Irish bar. To my knowledge, they're not closing off at least Henry Street. They could be doing Caroline. They probably should do Caroline.
It's on a Sunday this year.
I know. So that is an interesting thing because if it's on a Saturday, it's easy, to expect. If it's on a Sunday, people are going to go out Saturday and then probably people will also go out Sunday, which isn't a bad thing. But
not if you own a bar.
No, it's not. Yeah. I mean, I think just St. Patrick's Day, so it's a big day for every bar in town. It's not like our main thing at Taproom. Like Harvey's is an Irish bar, so it's a big day for them. Obviously the Parting Glass too, but like Harvey's is a great spot to go. It's a big day for them. I think they start really early. I'm sure they do awesome on that day. It's a good spot to hang out. So that's
green eggs and ham.
Green eggs and ham. Color everything green. Everyone's wearing little hats, green shirts. Mm-hmm. It's a hell of a day to be out in town.
Harvey's on St. Patrick's Day, which is a Sunday. They will have Irish pub fare, corned beef and cabbage, bangers and mash, Irish music, Guinness, harp, shot girls, Tullamore Dew and Jameson.
Irish whiskeys, fitting.
Irish step dancers and Irish bagpipers.
Oh, they got the whole band coming out.
The whole shebang.
They're bringing out bagpipes?
So you've been to Ireland.
Hell yeah, I have. My grandparents are from there.
When was this? This is before kids.
It was right before Molly was born. I'm actually going back this summer with my whole family for the first time since then. That was the first time I went. Ireland's great. It's just gorgeous. First of all, Ireland's empty now. I feel like if I was some gajillionaire that had a company, I would put it in Ireland. It's this big, beautiful, empty country that's just like gorgeous. And there's like no big corporations there.
Why?
I don't know.
Are the taxes high?
I don't think so. My uncle was telling me, he's like, yeah, we don't have to pay for we don't have to pay for our water. It's all free. And I have no idea. So I don't know why not. But it's a really beautiful place to go if you've never been.
What are you doing for spring break?
I am going to Florida to see my family. I do that every year. Kids are off. I need something to do. So that's like the one time a year we go down there. Sonia's dad lives down there. So we do like a little Florida family tour every year, which is a nice way to wrap up the winter. But other than that, I won't be here. So I won't be doing anything here really. What about you? What do you got going on?
I have no idea. I don't have any plans.
Make some plans, because as we were talking about, you get the week off with your kids. You got to do something with them. It's tough.
Know.
Makes it tough.
Well, we have a pretty big, like we're buying this house, and so we got,
you guys got a lot going on.
This year is going to be like a stay put year.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that either. Sometimes that's good. Hectic.
Unless there's a special occasion opportunity that I can't pass up, like Taylor Swift. We did a bike rally. That was like our main event. We would do a bike rally.
Dude, the bike, that was the best.
In June.
Yes, that was awesome.
Honestly, we should bring it back because there is more advocacy and support about bikes in Saratoga.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of advocacy about bikes in Saratoga, as there should be. It's an easy, quick way to get around town. But we totally should bring it back. That was such a fun event. I've had people ask me about that. There's still some like hats floating around that I'll see people wearing from it. What we used to do is come down the alley and have it an adult big wheel bike race that had like a finish line, and there was more often than not some falls. Like, maybe it wasn't the safest event, but it was a ton of fun. I still have a bunch of like shitty broken big wheels in our attic at Kindred from that.
When we proposed this event and this idea, you would have thought we were trying to sell drugs to children on Henry Street.
I know. The old regime, I'll say the new regime is much more flexible and stuff like that. But typically in the past, I'm not saying anyone that's there now, but they just don't want to do any extra work. So if you have to shut down the street, then they have to bring in more cops, and they get nervous about that. So they would just be like, kind of like blanket no if you wanted to do something. Because they were just like, we're not dealing with that. Then people are going to get drunk and they're going to get in fights, which is, it was a family-friendly event. It was like on Saturday morning or something. But no, we should definitely bring it back. I mean, there's a lot more flexibility now. And now we have like the patios, and like the city's much more open to like business and ideas like that than they used to be, which is absolutely awesome for town. So. Yeah,
I should re-engage with the whole Henry Street Business Association and
it's really just
bring it back.
It was really... Consider yourself engaged.
You should go look up these videos, because
there's great pictures from it too. There really are.
Vanessa made a video, remember, of all, because we did some trial runs.
Yes. Oh yeah, I do remember that now. They did. Yeah, they didn't all go so great.
We did trial runs because I think maybe the city wanted to assure that like liability would be like.
Yeah, we had to get like haystacks like for people crashing and things. What are we doing? Why aren't we doing this again?
People probably don't even understand that this actually happened. Like, we actually did this. We had people, like adults, we had EQX come out and like commentate, and from the top of the hill, like behind what was the Children's Museum at the time, coming down the alley and then turning onto Henry Street. The finish line was like in front of
Peyton Sip, kind of
Caravali.
Yeah, right.
It was a little further down, but it was epic.
It was awesome. And people were in costumes. I think I was wearing a Captain America costume. It was a lot of fun.
We had so much fun. We got to redo it. To be determined. Stay tuned.
TBD.
Maybe we bring it back.
Henry Street Bike Race.
No, we called it the Bike Rally.
The Bike Rally?
The Henry Street Bike Rally.
All right, whatever. Same thing.
And people, like the city, thought we were motorcycles. We're like, no. We're not talking about motorcycles.
Can you imagine that? Yeah. We're going to do like a motorcycle rally on Henry Street. You guys are going to love it.
Okay, so Guinness is on tap at the time. Am I cracking you up?
Yeah. So we always had Left Hand Milk Stout on tap for the last 12 years. They ran into some distribution issues. We put Guinness on, which we usually just do for St. Patrick's Day. But then our customers liked it so much. We're like, should we just leave this on? And then we put a poll up on Instagram, and it came back. The vote was for Guinness. So we're going to roll with that for now. And, it's been selling really well. People are happy to have it.
Awesome. Give us a little rundown in case people don't know. Taproom has how many handles?
16.
Okay, at Taproom, we have 16 different beer flavors.
Yeah, flavors isn't the word I would use, but yes. Yeah.
Types?
We do have, types, styles, 16 different beers.
And
so, yeah.
Is there like a rule of thumb where like, 3 of them have to be this type of beer?
Yes, absolutely. So all the lines, if you come in, they're all have a designated style of beer on them. So everybody, if you like IPAs, you look at line 1, line 5, line 11, sometimes line 10 now. If you want a Pilsner or something light, you look at line 6, sometimes line 15. Stouts are on 14, 13, and 12. Cider is always 16. There's always a wheat beer on line 9, and usually usually some kind of Belgian beer on line 8. It's very specific. So everybody knows where to look on the board for whatever they want.
And it's like the normal thing to do, just go in and say, I'm just going to have whatever line 7 is. It's Hefeweizen. How do you say that?
Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen. That's what I usually drink.
That would be line 9. But yeah, so usually people come in, they're like, I want a line 6 or a line 1 or 11, whichever one you prefer. And they ask like our staff which one they recommend.
Do you hate when people tell you, oh, you should do this?
Yes.
I'm about to do that.
Lay it on me. It's something happens to me literally every day that I'm at work. So let's hear it, Katie.
There was a bar.
What should we do?
There is a bar in New Orleans called the Bulldog, and there you get a like a plastic keychain, and you get a punch every time you try a different beer.
Okay.
And then once you try all the beers, I think it's like 50 of them.
You get something.
You get invited to their Christmas party, which is epic.
That's kind of cool. So we did used to do something like that. It was called the beer club. We had all these binders, and once you hit 100 different kinds of beers or beers themselves, you got a free sweatshirt with like your number logoed on it, and then after 200, you got a gift card, and 300 something else, and 400 you got a private party for 25 people.
Holy shit.
So we were doing that, but it got too out of hand. As craft beer exploded, there was just so many beers and so many people were hitting the numbers so quickly, and it was such a pain for the bartenders that we just kind of like stopped doing it. We're just like, so now we have a mug club, so that's what we do with that.
What is the mug club?
The mug club, which is actually up for renewal right now. We're a year into it. You get like your own mug, and then once you hit 100 beers, you get your name carved into it. Okay. And then basically you get an extra 4 ounces of whatever pour that you want if you're in the
Where do you store these mugs?
So if you've been in the tap room lately, you might see them, Katie.
Hanging.
They're hanging. Yeah, they look awesome.
I have seen them. I was just teeing you up, Ryan.
Right. So, it sounded like you didn't know what was going on.
When was the last time?
I was offended.
Okay, when was the last time you went to Paint and Sip?
I was there today. I was next door and to it.
All right, guys, so that's what's on the table in Saratoga for the month of March.
Hang on to your butts, kids. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. And if you want to connect with me, slide into my DMs on Instagram. My handle is Catherine Hover.